All right, so the real question is, where are you guys at right now? It's May. It's starting to become beautiful outside. There's birds chirping in the background right now as I'm listening. Are you at the point where you're like, yeah, let me just Google the answers, or yeah, let me just click, 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 click? I'm hoping that answer is no. And if that answer is no, Mr. Stahl, I'm really trying hard on this. That's awesome. And you have what it takes for success, and you will see the benefits of that. You truly will. In this world, in life, you will see the benefits of effort and hard work, and it will truly pay off in the long run. If you find that you could put better effort into it, that's my challenge to you. Try to put better effort into it, in really enjoy your summer. Say, you know what? I really finished fifth grade strong. Um, that's my challenge to you. All right, let's go over some of these answers because these two questions were difficult. Now, they're not real challenge questions. In fact, you'll see that they're on your end of the Unit 8 review today. These exact same questions are. So let's go over these 6 questions. Hopefully the operation questions are getting pretty easy. Let me switch my camera around. Hopefully these are getting pretty easy. And of course, I don't have it set up. All right. So we have 12 and a half minus 9 and 1/5. We've been doing a lot of problems like this lately, really trying to make sure that you guys leave 5th grade knowing how to add and subtract fractions, because man, oh man, that's going to help you out next year. So we are subtracting the 2 different mixed numbers. And the first thing that you always have to do when you add or subtract fractions is make sure that they have the same denominator. So we have halves and we have fifths. So we're going to turn those both into tenths. And then 1/2 is going to turn into 5/10 because 2 times 5 is 10. So 1/10. So 1/2 is the same as 5/10. So we don't need 1/2 anymore. And then 5 times 2 is 10. So 1 times 2 is 2. So 2/10 is the same as 1/5. We don't need that anymore. And check it out, we don't have to borrow. We have 5, we lose 2, there's 3/10 left. Now go over to the whole numbers. You have 12, you lose 9, that's 3. So the entire answer is 3 3/10. Now I wanted to throw in a triple digit by double digit for the people that are just trying to now learn lattice method. You're going to see that lattice method with triple digit is really cool. The hardest part is you're going to have to do a 3 by 2. Now we have 852. We have 75. And then you just make sure that you're cutting each one diagonally in the corner. Sometimes what happens is students don't connect it in the corner and then their rows get all messed up. And these are important. These slides are important because the answer slides down. Now, the 2 group, 2 by 7 is 14 and 2 by 5 is 10. The 5 group, 5 by 7 is 35 and 5 by 5 is 25. And then the 8 group, 8 times 7 is 56. And then 8 times 5 is 40. I'm done with these outside numbers. Sometimes I cross them off just so I don't think that they're going to fall down with the answer. So the 0 falls down. 5 plus 1 plus 4 is 11. I lied, it's 10. 5, 6, 6 plus 4 is 10. So I'm going to put a 1, 0. And then 1 plus 1 is 2, 7, 8, 9. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep. And then 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And then 5 plus 1 is 6. So that answer is 63,900. I hope you guys are starting to agree with me that lattice method really is a cool trick. And if you don't think it's a cool trick, hopefully you have totally mastered the traditional method. 6,369 divided by 9. We're going to count by 9s. How many 9s go into 6? None. 6 goes into 9, but not 9 into 6. What about 9 into 63? Oh yeah, 7 times, right? What's left over? Nothing, because 7 times 9 is 63. So when you pull out 7 groups of 9, there's absolutely nothing left over. Bring down the 6. How many 9s can you pull out of 6? None. You can't pull any 9s out of 6. And some people really forget that 0. Now you can bring down the next number. What about 9 goes into 69? How many times? Well, 9 times 7 is 63. So I'm going to put a 7. That's 63. What's left over? 6. So 707, and then 6 is your remainder. You needed 9 for a whole, so you have 6/9 of a group, which 707 and 6/9 is the same thing as 707 and 2/3. 2/3. And then the addition of, we have 0.56 and we have 19.3. Now the order does not matter with addition, so I could put my 19.3 on top. What matters is that I set up the decimal the correct way. So I have the tenths lined up, the ones lined up, the tens lined up, the hundredths lined up. There's nothing here. Nothing looks like that. So I'm going to add a 0, right? 19 and 3/10 is the same thing as 19 and 30/100ths. 0 plus 6 is 6, 5 plus 3 is 8, ... 9 plus 0 is 9, and 1 plus nothing is 1. 19 and 86/100ths. Those are your normal operations. Now let's go to these challenge questions that are going to be on Unit 8 review. So Julian is making barbecue sauce that he's going to put into some jars. He uses 15 cups of tomato sauce. He uses 6 cups of white vinegar. He uses a half cup of honey. And he uses a half cup of maple syrup. They're all cups. How many quarter jars can he fill? How many pint jars can he fill? So first thing I have to do is add the sauce together to see how much total barbecue sauce we're dealing with. This is all the stuff I'm adding together. So half plus a half is 1 whole, right? Half plus a half is 2 halves, and 2 halves is 1 whole. So I have 6, 15, and 1, right? So what is that? Let's see. 15 plus 6 is 21 and 22. I'm getting 22 cups. Let me just double check real quick. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. I'm happy with 22. So now I have to turn this into as many quarts as I can. And then if there's any left over, I need to turn it into pints, right? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to switch it all into pints and then see how many quarts I can make, right? And let's just review real quick. Gallington is married to 4 queens. Gallington is married to 4 queens. Each queen has 2 princesses, and each princess has 2 cats. So this will help me convert. If I have 22 cups and I want to turn them all into pints, I know that it takes 2 cups to make 1 pint. 2 cups to make 1 pint. So 22 cups would make 11 pints. Does that make sense to you? And remember, if that doesn't make sense, do your double blinker, right? We know that on the left, we put what we know. We know that 2 cups equals 1 pint, and we know that we have 22 cups. 2 times 11 is 22. 1 times 11 is 11. So I have 11 total pints, but the question was how many quarts do we have with how many leftover pints? So I have 11 pints. I want to figure out how many quarts that is. It takes 2 pints to make 1 quart. So 2 pints makes 1 quart. 2 pints makes 1 quart. And then I have 11 pints. So this is going to be times 5 and a half, right? So I know I have 5 full quarts. Are there any left over? Well, 11 pints has how many twos in it? It has 5 twos with 1 remaining, right? So that's 5 total. That's 5 total. Sorry, I'm confusing myself here. That's 5 total quarts. 5 total quarts, and then what's left over? 1 pint is left over. It was a very challenging question. So 5 quarts and 1 pint. I hope that kind of made sense. If it doesn't make sense, I promise you I will not have a question like this on your actual test. But it's still nice to see what they're expecting from us. And then the last one says the mass of a science book is 1 in 1500 kilograms. The mass of the history book is 950 grams. Remy makes a stack of 4 science textbooks and a stack of 5 history textbooks. What's the difference in stacks? So we have 2 different kinds of textbooks. We have science and we have history. And what we know is we know that science is 1.15 kilograms. And we know the history book is 950 grams. So just like denominators, units of measurement have to be the same unit if we're going to add or subtract them. So the first thing I want to do is turn them into the same thing. And I'm looking at it and I'm thinking I'm going to turn them both into kilograms. And I know that King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk. And I know that everything's in grams. So right now, this is already in kilograms, I want to turn this one into kilograms, right? So right now I'm in grams and I want to go to kilo. I'm going to go left 1, 2, 3. I'm going to move left 3. So 950 turns into 0.95 kg. So now they're both in kg. We're happy with that. The history, the science has 4 of them. So 1.15 times 4. And then history has 5. So 0.95 times 5. So now I'm going to see what each stack weighs. 5 times 4 is 20. 4 times 1 is 4, 5, 6. 4 times 1 is 4. And then there was 2 decimal numbers in it, so there's going to be 2 decimals in my answer. This is the total weight of this side. And then over here, 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 9 is 45, 46, 47. Decimal moves over twice, so move it back twice. So this is how heavy your history book stack is. The question is, what's the difference? Difference means subtraction. So I'm going to put the larger number on top. I'm going to put the smaller number on the bottom. And I'm going to subtract. 5 minus nothing is 5. 7 minus 6 is 1. Dot, dot, dot. And then 4 minus 4 is nothing. So the difference in weight is kg, and it's multiple choice. So if by chance they gave me the difference in grams instead of kilograms, that's fine. Now I would just have to convert that. But I made the challenge questions, and I made the challenge questions in kilograms. So you're good. All right. Now, what are you going to do for the remainder of math? Well, hopefully you get a head start, and if not, I understand. We are going to try our best to complete 1 through 12, which is only half of the Unit 8 review/test. I really tried to not give you much math homework outside of our normal school day this year, because that's like you're going to be in school all day, right? You're already doing the work at your house. So I tried to not give you additional. So instead of giving you the entire Unit 8 review, I just gave you 1 through 12. 1 through 12 looks like this. So here it looks like you are going to convert. You're going to figure out kilo, milli, centa, and deca. Look at your first deca conversion. You're going to see which one is equal to 14 hundredths of a meter. 3, your King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk, and then just select all that apply. This is literally the challenge question. So you're going to put how many quarts and pints, which I literally already did it in this video. This too was your other challenge question. So first of all, you got to remember or look back in the video or look at your own work, which one weighed more, history books or science books? And then tell me the difference. Tell me the difference. And look at, we already did it in kilograms, so you're good. So literally we already did 2 and 3. Let's go on to 4. 4, you're going to convert milliliters to liters, and then milliliters to liters, and then grams to milligrams. 5, it looks like more conversion, but the fun customary units that we use here in America, you're going to have to go from. Well, actually, this kind of helps you out because there's only so many to choose from, right? So you're going to try to convert all these different fun things. Remember, inches to feet is 12, pounds to ounces is 16, 16 ounces for a pound. And then think about king gallon ton for all your gallon conversions. And then yards, there's 3 feet in 1 yard. There's 12 inches in a foot. Mr. Gallon ton, and then a ton, there's 2,000 pounds in a ton. Okay. Use a formula and calculate the volume. You guys should be pretty awesome at volume right now in life. 7, find the missing. Okay, so all you have to do is tell me what this is and tell me what this is. And then find the volume too. Well, we've done problems like this, right? There's just enough information so you know both of those missing boxes and then tell me the volume. Here you're going to go back to our quadrilateral, 4-sided. You know what a rectangle, you know what a square is. Parallelograms, 2 groups of parallel lines. Rhombus, all are equal. And trapezoid, you can't be a trapezoid and a parallelogram because trapezoid is only 1 group of parallel lines. Draw an isosceles triangle with the right angle. Ooh, this is kind of what we were rocking yesterday. And then this one here, you're going to figure out, it says a path is 7,500 meters wide. And then Mr. Kasel extends it by placing a block 20 centimeters wide on each side of the path. The new path is how many centimeters wide? So you're going to add centimeters and meters, but you got to first give them the same name, and you want your answer in meters. So convert this centimeter into meters. And this one says the east side of Mrs. Hammond's ranch is 475 meters long. Than the west side. The west side is 2.6 kilos. The east side. So this is subtraction, and you're going to put them both in kilometers. And then this one, on a mile walking tour of New York City, a group had to take a detour that was actually 100 yards shorter than half of the distance of the tour. So how many yards is it? Gross. That's a hard one. You know what? We'll do this one together. Okay? All right. I will see you guys at whatever our new time is. What is our new time? Let's see. Our new time is 2:30. I'll see you all at 2:30. And I'm excited to hear feedback. This is a hard one. All right, I'll see you guys at 2:30.